this hump day edition of Born to Be a Star. Today is another day and another opportunity for you to recognize your star power. Middle of the week, 2 days left of Friday, and this isn't any other Friday. It's going to be Good Friday, and tomorrow I am singing at church, and I can't wait. So I'm not sure if there's going to be a podcast. In fact, there's probably not going to be one because I will be singing with choir. So please pardon me for that. It's Holy Weekend. I got a lot of stuff going on, and I didn't even know I was going to get to a podcast tonight, but I decided to try because I knew I was going to be limited tomorrow. So I might do a longer podcast Friday. I do have to do a Good Friday service too, so we'll see what happens. If I don't do a couple podcasts for the next couple days, don't hate me, okay? I like enjoying Lent with my family, so I'm going to. But today is another day and another opportunity for you to recognize your star power, to look in the mirror and reflect on where you've been and where you're going, to love the reflection that you see. Not every day is easy. Some days are more difficult than others. Sometimes things happen unexpectedly, but good things can happen even if you don't think they can. When you're looking in the mirror, you're learning to love the reflection that you're seeing, who you're becoming, and who you are. You're not always going to be the same. Some things are going to change. You might not like something you liked before, and that's okay. Just because your eyebrows don't look like the way you want them to look now doesn't mean they won't get better tomorrow. Just because your haircut isn't the way you want it to does not mean that your sideburns won't come back and you can't fix it next week. There's always a will and there's always a way. We should be starting off our day every day by saying to ourselves, today is whatever day, and yes, I can have a great day. Yes, I can change my color. Yes, I can fight for tomorrow. Yes, I can decide that I want to learn how to play the violin, the flute, the cello, the saxophone, the piano, any other instrument, the guitar, basically any instrument you learn. Yes, I can learn how to play chess or checkers or poker or any other game at a casino like 21. Yes, you can decide that you want to play pickleball or you want to play soccer, you want to learn more about soccer, and you want to get a season pass for hockey, and you want to go on a road trip. You want to change your life and you want to switch your major at school. You want to change your career. You want to move. You want to get a fish. You want to try something you've never tried before, and you want to learn a different language. You should be saying the one thing that we say to ourselves every day: yes, we can. Following the idea of yes, we can is the idea of never giving up. You know, life is difficult. Bad things happen to good people. And sometimes there's a tendency to think, how are we going to make it through it, right? When something's really going bad, like, how am I going to get to the next part of this? But you have to have the ability to think long term. You have to persevere through the difficulty, through the doctor misdiagnosing you, through the fact that you didn't get the house first try, the fact that maybe you didn't get that job you actually wanted and you're just going to have to apply again till you do, the fact that maybe that major sucks, and maybe the roommate you thought was so great isn't. Maybe somebody you love is dying, or they died, or you're losing someone, and that doesn't feel good. Maybe something you wanted to accomplish isn't going to happen. Like, everybody wants to have kids, or everybody's having them, and not everyone can. Some people are faced with infertility, and some people are faced with the fact that they just can't do it. That's gotta suck. I've been there. I've experienced it. And it must suck when you put all your effort into something and you can't succeed past like a first initial stage of it. None of that's easy. None of that's simple. But we have to learn to fight and persevere through difficulty so we can have a better tomorrow. That is the idea. For us to get through today so we can get to tomorrow. There are doctors and nurses, EMTs, firefighters, police officers, 911, call center employees, Army, Reserve, National Guard, Marines, Navy, Air Force, and so many other positions around the world where people sacrifice themselves to empower others. And I gotta tell you, we have something to fight for, each other. We cannot give up. We have to fight And we have to persevere. Following the idea of fighting and persevering, never giving up, thanks John Cena, we move into the stage of why not today, because we understand procrastination and indecisiveness isn't going to get you anywhere. We understand that taking too long to make a decision is pretty idiotic and stupid. So we're not going to do it. Moving on from that, why? Because 5 minutes is all you need to discover that your dishwasher doesn't work and you need to fix it, right? 5 minutes. You're looking at it. You're wondering what's going on. It's not turning on. Something's definitely wrong with it. You need to contact Angel List, or you need to contact your front office where you live at so they can fix it. Let's say you go into the basement and you discover your washing machine doesn't work, where you're going to have to contact Angie's List or try to figure out how to get it fixed. Do you know anybody that knows anything about washing machines? Can you do some sort of research? You got to get that fixed. You see a marking on the wall in the bedroom, the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, your office, the bathroom, the baby's room, the basement, and the garage. Do you stare at the marking, or do you go to your local Home Depot, True Value, Lowe's, or paint store, buy the paint and paint over it to get rid of it so you don't have to look at it anymore? That's important. If we don't organize our lives and we are not 10 to 20 steps ahead of anything, and we're not just prepared with a backup, then how are we going to get through life? That's a thought, is it not? My friends, today is the day for you not to put off for tomorrow. Aliens are going to come down. They're going to be hungry. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is not going to be a pretty sight. Don't we want to get everything done before we don't have the time to do it with? Why not today? Moving on from why not today, let's get to the next part of the conversation. Now, as for the tea goes, I say we drink mango tea. Why not? Did we try that last week? Maybe we did. We're going to try it again. This time we're going to drink it cold. There's actually mango tea at Starbucks, so we're going to drink that one. Anyways, the first part of the conversation is meeting new people. So maybe you're starting a new job and you have new managers and you have new coworkers and you have a new environment. You have to take a layer away from yourself to remove your anxiety or your fear from a past experience, from not limiting you and succeeding in your new environment. Trusting people, even if you don't really know who they are, is important for your development and your growth. I know that life has a tendency to make you feel like you can't trust anyone and what's going on with this, but we have to have an ability to break away certain things so we can enjoy moments that are important. Following the idea of,
Not imported junk for a few bucks less. Get the world's best floor liners and support America. Find your fit at WT.com.
getting to know new people. Why would you stop yourself from getting to know someone new? Just because something didn't work out necessarily with another person or another situation doesn't mean that you're stuck in that moment. No one is. You have to move past something that did not work to find out what will and what does. Which leads me to the second part of my conversation. Smile because you can. There's a lot of people that don't like happy people. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've come across negative people. They're just not happy, they're miserable, and they're upset. That's fine. But in order to succeed, you have to understand that you gotta be happy too. Don't limit yourself because you're worried or scared about how you're going to come across. Nobody cares about that. Be brave instead. That's the tea of the day. Let's get to the next part of that conversation. We're going to get through this fast because I am tired and I want to go to sleep soon. So let's get to it. And by the way, thank you for having patience with me during Holy Week this week, with me trying to get through all these days of singing and praising Jesus Christ. It's a very important week for me at church, and I just want to make sure I do my very best to make God proud here on earth as I sing to him in heaven, right? I'm trying to make a world a better place. I'm trying to pass on the passion of Jesus Christ to everyone, even those that might not necessarily believe. Because my life has changed because of God. And I know that if God can love me, then he can love anybody. Because there's been times when I've thought I'm not lovable. But trusting and believing in him has changed my life, changed my today, my tomorrow, and my forever. He is the only way, and he is the only king that I'll ever know and that I'll ever want to. So let's get to this main part of the conversation. Let's do it. Vans are cool. They really are cool. And I don't know why they don't get as much hype as they deserve. They don't cost as much as like Jordans or like LeBron James sneakers. And don't get me wrong, I used to really like Jordans. I used to be really into that type of fashion. But as I get older, I just don't really care about those sneakers anymore. And I more so like Vans. They're comfortable, they're cheaper, they last forever, and they look pretty damn cool. And the whole like skateboarder culture, I'm attracted to that. So as far as I'm concerned, I might be like half of a sneakerhead because I'm into sneakers, but not the ones that the majority of people are into. But overall, I think that Vans have great quality, great price point, and really good longevity. Like the sneakers can last forever, basically. You need to get the stuff to wipe them down with and keep them clean. Very good.
Well, I'm not sure what a gander is, but it sounds delicious. I'll take two. Is that a male? Is it gander? It's a male goose. Ah,
Skateboards are fire. BMX bros. I don't know. I like listening like skateboarder talks. I find it very entertaining. I like skate parks. I like all that stuff. I like Converse. I'm really seriously into that shit. Like that's my vibe. And like I kind of like it. I kind of like the whole skater biker gang shit. That's really my thing. Like the hanging out and the vibes and the music and just what it requires. I find it all very entertaining.
Isn't it true that you often tell your lovers, please don't tell me your name because I'll only forget it? And I lied about
Why can't we like hoodies?
Joe Mackey that appears on Gutfeld. That way they won't ask me what I'm wearing.
I don't know. I feel like
Unfortunately. Yeah, so we've had terrible crime.
people are like, oh, don't wear a hoodie. It doesn't look this or that. And I feel like, you know, if it's comfortable, why not wear it? Like in this remote environment where the majority of people are remote and you're like trying to navigate through being in person or not being in person. Why do we have all these wardrobe requirements at these damn jobs that don't make any goddamn sense? I don't think it's going to last long. And I think anybody that's talent isn't going to work there forever. I think they're going to leave because they're not going to want to deal with the bullshit. So I think if we're asking that question, I'd say wear the hoodie. I say be as comfortable as you can be. Put some sweatpants on, some leggings, and get to it. Why not? But I think the best hoodies are the comfortable ones. The ones that feel like heaven. Like they're not heavy. They're good quality. Honestly, I have a lot of great hoodies from like Forever 21 and some other places, and I really like good quality things. Nike has some good stuff. I got some Hollister shit. I'm more so like that type of. I have all this Hollister stuff from forever ago. And I just wear that basically all the time. I still have hoodies from when I was in college. So my go-to hoodies are my college hoodies and my Hollister hoodies. And some of the ones I got from like Forever 21. That's my go-to, honestly. And they're very comfy. They go with everything. And they still look really good.
CNN loves America.
The new remote wardrobe is some leggings and a t-shirt, bro, with the house slippers on or the house shoes, and just making sure you're decent enough to go on a Zoom meeting but you don't have to be on the Zoom meeting the entire time you're at work, which is kind of nice. Who wants to be in that environment? I don't know. Nobody. I don't really think like a Zoom wardrobe matters that much. Like I think a lot of people have worked remote, and working remote, you have the environment where you can, as long as above the head or above the camera is good. Doesn't matter if you're wearing shorts or leggings, because nobody can see it, so it doesn't matter. Now, if you're in an office or you're in an in-person setting, that's a different conversation. But I feel like the remote wardrobe is very low-key and very chill and very comfortable and calm. That's why I brought up sweatshirts and Vans. I mean, that's what I wear anyway, but I definitely think it's cool to be in an environment where I could wear that to work. Why not? Apple is better than everything else, and I'm going to go to the grave with that. People have Samsung, and they have those devices, and I don't know why, and I don't know how. I used to have a Samsung like a million years ago, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, up until the point where there's a bunch of issues with it, and I just lost interest in it, and I stopped caring. Now that I've had an Apple for like the majority of my adult life, I can't imagine having anything else. I just like the simplicity of it. I have an Apple Watch. Everything connects very quickly, very efficiently, and I like the functionality. And I'm not going to lie to you and sit here and pretend like I feel like that about any other watch that I have that's like a smartwatch. Because I have a bunch of other watches, but they are nothing like this. And I'm just going to say that. I think overall Apple's like actual value and its like the products and its attention to detail and how fast and smooth it is really great. Do we think we're going to see iPhone 17? I'm not sure what it's going to look like, but I definitely don't know if it's going to be worth that price. I really think I want to go back to the trade your iPhone in program so I can get a new iPhone every year. So I'll get back to you on how I'm going to start that process so I can take advantage. Moving on from that to watching something. Didn't really watch anything tonight outside of AEW where my girl what's her name, CEO, beat the other chick, the runner-up. That was a crazy-ass fight. I wasn't sure who was going to win. What is his name? There was some new dude that came into AEW tonight, and he had to match up with what's his face, and that match was they got a bunch of new people on AEW. I do got to tell you, I do like AEW better than I like WWE. I just feel like WWE, all they do is talk, and they never really fight, and that's why it's boring. But Hook got injured, and Samoa Joe definitely wasn't happy about that, and I'm hoping they won that fight. Very interesting. Have you guys heard of something called Gypsy Rose? That looks pretty entertaining. Handmaidens Tale returned for, I think, the final season. I forgot about that. I already thought it went off. I doubt I'm going to finish that. Triple digit flip. So does triple digit flip mean that you're spending triple digit money to do a house flip? Because like if you really want to get your money back on a flip, you have to do a very immaculate job on convincing people that it's worth some like irate amount of money in this shitty market. So I don't know how successful that's going to be, but I'm very entertained to see. Natalia Speaks. Pawn Stars Do America. That sounds like a very entertaining show I want to watch. I actually do like Pawn Stars. I find it fun watching people go into these pawn stores trying to like do trades or find like really exclusive things, especially in like Vegas. Very interesting. Did you guys hear about the show called Deli Boys? That's on Hulu. The Food That Built America, that's on Hulu too. I think The Food That Built America is like McDonald's. Probably the first thing there. I'm not sure what else follows after. Maybe Frozen Dinners, because they got into that very early on in the 70s or 80s or something. It's probably something ironic about that. I'm going to be working more and getting rid of meat next week after Easter's over, because I know some sort of meat is going to be served for Easter dinner, and I'm going to stay away from that. Moving on from that to eating, I ordered this pasta that I ate half of today for lunch, and I'm eating half of it tomorrow for lunch. And I ordered from this new pasta place called Pasta Bowl, and it was delicious. I ordered the fettuccine alfredo with chicken. Dude, I can't tell you how good it was, because I liked every piece and bit of it, and I wanted more. Now, obviously, I cut it in half because I wanted to split the meal, and I'm going to have more of it today, but I don't know where to begin. It was so good, I was left, like, speechless, like, eating it at work. I was just like, dude, this is so good. I'm hoping to have that same opinion tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Moving on for the fact that I love, like, fettuccine alfredo, I found a recipe for spicy honey butter garlic chicken. That sounds like a lot of work, but obviously you make the spicy honey butter garlic sauce, and you put that to the side, and then you like marinate the chicken with like peppers and like salt and some kind of like Malaysian like blend, and then you pour on the and then you top it with that like butter garlic sauce. You put that in the oven, let that cook off. You can do that in a sheet pan. Shove some veggies on it, done real quick. You can do that in the air fryer. You can do that in one pan. It doesn't take a long time for any of those options. Honey sriracha scallops. I saw the recipe, and I'm not sure what that's going to taste like, but I think I'd try it. Curry fish. I don't know. Gochujang sauce is like the best kind of sauce ever, and you need to figure out how to make that. Tropical salmon bowl. Now, I don't really understand why they're calling it a tropical salmon bowl. Is that because the sauce is somewhat like tropical? Maybe that would be good. I don't know. And finally, raspberry ice cream. Now, do you think that the raspberry ice cream is like made from scratch with like an ice cream maker, or do you think that they got the raspberry flavor from mixing something in to get it exactly raspberry? Now, I have an ice cream maker, but I can't remember the last time I made any, but I want to get to it soon because we're coming into spring, and I definitely like to try some. I think it'd be great. Do you guys think that the tropical salmon bowl would be good? What do you think makes it like really tropical? How much fruit would you put in a salmon bowl, or like a poke bowl? Like sometimes I like to put pineapple and mango, and other times, depending on where it's coming from, the mango's weird or the pineapple's not good. So does that mean it tastes better without all that stuff in there? I'm not sure. Korean barbecue meatballs. I mean, there's so many different ways to eat meatballs. I feel like you can have meatballs with rice or like a veggie, and it's very good. I'm going to be ordering meals tomorrow, and let me tell you the meals that I'm going to be ordering because I'm very excited about them. So I'm going to be ordering barbecue shredded chicken baked with green beans and steamed jasmine rice. A lot of stress in my digestive system, as a lot of women do. When I started taking DSO1, I immediately noticed how much lighter I felt, vibrant, alive. It really helps me stay regular, and you're not bloated at all. I honestly recommend DSO1 to everyone. Visit Seed.com to start DSO1 today. I'm thinking about ground beef, steamed broccoli, and sweet potatoes with a side of chipotle mayo. I don't know about the baked teriyaki salmon, but maybe that sounds okay. I definitely want to try the blackened grilled chicken with bell poppers and steamed jasmine rice. That definitely sounds like something I want to watch. That's what I'm going to be ordering, some of that tomorrow for lunch for the week next week. So we'll see what happens. I'm getting back into my meal preps because I'm tired of spending all my money ordering out on lunch or trying to figure out what I'm going to get at the grocery store and spending way too much money. And we already know I don't want to meal prep on Sundays. So the other option is back to Mighty Powerful Meals I go, because I'm not cooking if I don't have to. Just saying. And I know a lot of people love cooking, and I'm not going to feel bad about the fact that I know how to do it, but I don't want to. So there's that. You can know how to cook and understand why you don't want to spend the time doing it. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm not saying I'm not going to cook, but I'm not going to put 100% effort into something that takes way too much time for me. I don't want to do the cleanup. I don't want to do the prep. I don't want to get into that. In some occasions, I will do it because it makes sense, but in other occasions, I won't. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. I like to eat. I like to try new things. And that's why I like DoorDash, and that's why I like Uber Eats. And if I can get what I want delivered and I don't have to make it and I don't have to spend a ridiculous amount of money to bake it, why would I do that? Why would you do that? My friends, I want to thank you for tuning in to this Hump Day edition of Born to Be a Star. And brothers and sisters, you, me, us, they, and everybody, not only do we need to really seriously save the United States of America by deporting more of these motherfuckers that are in this country illegally, forcing people to go to jobs so they can earn the money that they make, and fixing the education system so our children are aware of things that they need to be aware of to resonate what America needs to be resonated with. But we need to call out Canada and Mexico and any other foreign company or country out to get us. We have hard work to do. We have to protect the American people, and we have to create an environment where people can actually succeed based off the talent that they actually have. We are the beginning, the middle, and the end, omnipresent, just like Jesus Christ. We've been here before, seen everything before, and the only way that we are really going to really be okay succeeding is if we're able to recognize what we need to do. Work together to make the world a better place to live in. Fuck Canada. Nobody likes it anyway, and we all know that Florida's better than Canada. And the EU is banning a bunch of ridiculous stuff, so maybe the United States should pay more attention to that. Just a thought. Anyways, thank you for tuning in to this Wednesday podcast, and I will see all of you same place sometime in the next couple of days. Tomorrow, again, I'm singing at church, and then I have a party after, and Friday is Good Friday, and I'm going to sing in church and spend some time with family. It is Holy Week. As you know, I'm Catholic, so this is really important to my faith and my belief, and I just ask you to be patient with me, brothers and sisters, as I get through Easter with family and friends in my community of St. Peter Claver, the best parish I'll ever belong to. I just want to take a moment to thank God for all the amazing ways He has continued to bless me. And thank God for my amazing family, my husband, our dog, and whatever we're doing next on our journey of marriage together and being best friends. I'm so grateful for my church family, having those relationships, the tight bonds that we've created together, having an entire community around me that I can really just survive with, right? I don't really worry and stress about stuff because I know if I am going through something that I do have people I can console in. And that feeling of being accepted and loved for who I actually am, there is no words to describe how grateful and humbled I am by that. God, thank you for everything you give to me every day. I am such a lucky girl to have you in my life, guiding me and leading me. Your light is all I need, Jesus Christ. Thank you, God. Thank you for giving me everything that I have. I am so grateful for everything. My family means everything to me, and I'm going to try my best to make the world a better place to live in. Thank you for tuning in to this Hump Day edition, and I'll see you guys soon. Same place, same time. Could be tomorrow. Could be Friday. Who knows? Thank you for tuning in to Born to Be a Star. Hello, goodbye, good morning, good night, ciao. See you tomorrow.